Yes, good afternoon. We are in Africa, so it's the afternoon now in Africa. We are like 2:30 in the afternoon. My name is Olutola, is my name. This paper that I'm presenting now is paper for my postdoctoral. Because I'm the host, the policy of my university is I need to co-author with my postdoc. Her name is Dr. Mbonambi. This afternoon, I'm presenting this paper entitled Systematic Review of the Fitting Together Between Poverty and Crime, a case study of South Africa. That is, we want to see, is there any correlation? Is there any link between poverty and crime? That is why we went into this research. Background and research problem. South Africa suffers from extreme poverty with a population which is roughly 60 million. About 18.2 million individuals in South Africa live in extreme poverty, no food to eat. Along with the extreme poverty, the nation also has extreme high crime rate. The latest global homicide ranking indicates that South Africa murder rate was 6 to 7 times higher than the global average in 2019. South African police statistics indicate that as of the 1st of October 2022 to December 2022, 7,555 murders were recorded in South Africa. This is an increase of 696 from the previous year, the previous quarter. 15,545 sexual offenses. That is an increase of 1,367 from the previous quarter. 85,640 assaults with grievous bodily harm occurred within that period of time. 983,000 incidents of housebreaking occurred in 2021/2022. In the same period, 155,000 of home robberies occurred. These alarming figures highlight the urgent need to explore if the extreme level of poverty contributes to the high crime rate in South Africa. Therefore, the key research objective and research question was as follows. Research objective. We want to investigate whether there is a nexus between poverty and crime in South Africa. That is our objective. Our research question, is there a nexus between poverty and crime in South Africa? Methodology applied. A systematic literature review was employed as the methodological approach to investigate the nexus between poverty and crime in South Africa. A systematic literature review as a method used to synthesize scientific evidence in a rigorous and reproducible manner. In this study, the researchers conducted a comprehensive search for relevant studies published between 2019 and 2023 using Google Scholar, Web of Science, Google, ICIRL, and EBSCO search engine. Repeated articles methodology continues. 100 research articles were originally collected to see whether there's a connection between poverty and crime. So we searched for 100 research articles. 65 articles were excluded after we have searched the articles. We wanted to see which articles are relevant and which ones are not relevant to link poverty with crime. Repeated articles, we excluded some articles due to various reasons. Repeated articles were excluded due to the use of multiple research engines. Some articles did not focus on poverty and crime. Some focus on poverty only, however, not linking anything to crime. Our interest is research articles linking poverty with crime. And we excluded some articles also that did not present empirical research because we are researchers. Also, we excluded articles which were predated to 2019. The article that we searched here, like as I mentioned earlier, we concentrated on published articles between 2019 and 2021. Findings. Team 1, poverty and crime in general. We found our finding agree with the literature. Gary Seary in 2019 revealed that poverty has a strong and favorable impact on crime in Gauteng local municipalities. This is demonstrated by the fact that 1% rise in poverty causes a 0.069 increase in criminal activities in this area. Stern also agreed with our findings that in 2023, Stern noted that poverty, particularly food insecurity, is closely related or associated with crime. That is, people that might not necessarily engage in crime, if they got no food to eat, they are likely to steal food to eat. Editorials in 2023 further revealed that in South Africa, poverty has been connected to higher crime rates as well as societal decay. The findings of this article indicate that socioeconomic factors such as unemployment and inequality collectively contribute to poverty, which increases prevalence of criminal activities in South Africa. The authors enlightened that people may turn to criminal activities as a way of survival due to lack of economic possibilities and severe living conditions. Furthermore, high level of poverty erode communal cohesion, create an atmosphere of mistrust and insecurity, and lead to social disintegration, where people got no food to eat. Even if you greet them, they will not answer you. So it erodes communal cohesion. Where there's unemployment, poverty, people will not trust one another. Since crime tends to be more prevalent in underdeveloped places, poverty and crime feed off one another. That is, poverty and crime, they are siblings. They belong to they breed the other one. Poverty will bring crime. Crime also will bring poverty. These findings are supported by the organization theory, which suggests that poverty weakens social control and undermines the community's desire to regulate their members, which encourages criminal activities in the society. Team 2, poverty and burglary at residential premises. Remember the other paper that I presented earlier was on poverty and burglary also. So we found also, this paper also confirmed that there is a connection between poverty and burglary. 2 studies revealed that poverty directly increases the incidence of burglary in South Africa. Fumba and Magasi in 2022 revealed that in the Eastern Cape, socio-economic factors, including poverty and inequality, substance abuse, and unemployment contribute to the occurrence of housebreaking. The findings indicated that unemployment, which is exacerbated by low levels of education and lack of skills, is a major contributor to the crime of housebreaking. That is, where people, they do not have skill, they do not have education, they are likely to be involved in housebreaking. Furthermore, as a result, the research suggested that jobs need to be created through better schooling and skill development programs in order to minimize the high rate of unemployment and poverty, and hence housebreaking in the study area. In harmony with the findings of Mbonambi in 2022, which suggests that poverty, unemployment, drug, alcohol also contribute to commission of burglary in residential premises in East Newlands Policing Precinct. The author highlights that a clear perception is that housebreaking in the study area commit burglaries, housebreakers in the study area commit burglary to survive and to feed their drug addiction, because this area is characterized by both affluent and deprived neighborhood. Like I mentioned earlier when I presented the other paper, where you have some people, they have a lot of food to eat, and in the neighborhood, other people got no food to eat at all. People that got no food to eat, they are going to victimize people that got food to eat. So this research also confirmed that. These findings are supported by general strain theory, which said that when people are under strain, when people are stressed and frustrated, they are more likely to commit crime, and that these crimes are usually perpetrated as a result of failed goals. Team 3, poverty, inequality, unemployment, drug abuse, and crime. We found in this systematic literature review that there is a relationship between poverty, inequality, unemployment, drug abuse, and crime. That is, these other factors, they give birth to criminality. Tshwane in 2019 discovered that poverty, inequality, and income inequality influenced drug-related crimes in South Africa. The author further argues that both in underprivileged communities have been the most impacted by hardship. Consequently, their anger is manifested in rising crime. That is, where people got no food to eat, they will be angry with people that got food to eat, so they are going to victimize them. This general strain theory clarifies that when people who have criminal tendencies are under strain, feel stress, they are frustrated, they are likely to commit crime. Jenge, Shintederu, and Moyo also affirm this, that where there is high crime rate or lack of socioeconomic opportunity, people are likely to be involved in criminality. Team 4, vulnerability and poverty. Where people are vulnerable, we find out that where people are vulnerable, they are likely to be involved in criminality. 5 research studies assert that poverty makes people more vulnerable to crime. They say that an hungry person is an angry person. If people are angry, they will not be happy with people that got food to eat. Moseki and Mofokeng in 2022 agree that an increase in household poverty, unemployment, marital abuse, infidelity, abandoned children, abandoned husband, if the husband abandoned the wife, the children are likely to be involved in criminality. Family disintegration, ethnic conflict contribute to the trafficking of women in South Africa. All these increase criminality in South Africa. Conclusion. In conclusion, the research findings support the notion that there is a link between poverty and crime in South Africa. Therefore, if the South African society, which is burdened with high poverty, if they want crime to reduce, something must be done about poverty. If nothing is done about poverty, crime will continue to increase. Recommendation 1, it is imperative for social crime prevention program to be urgently implemented in the area where poverty and high unemployment are rife, with the aim of addressing socioeconomic conditions that could be linked to the causes of crime in the particular area, in any particular area in South Africa. Poverty brings criminality. Another recommendation is that it is highly recommended that the government and non-profit organizations increase the number of after-school activities available to kids, so that when children leave school and they are idle, they are likely to be thinking of things that they're supposed not to be engaged in. So it is recommended that the government must introduce after-school activities. It might be sport, it might be anything, but children must be kept busy so that they do not get idle. Recommendation number 3, it is recommended that South African police form a task team to increase drug arrest, curbing the use of this and other drug. People that take drug, they are not able to think correctly. They think anti-clockwise. So South African police must put in place programs that will ensure that they target drug users so that they arrest them and they go for rehabilitation. Because we found in this research that drug make people to commit crime. That is the end of the 3rd presentation. I thank you for listening. Thank you very much.